Hey everyone, Elias here. I know the sound isn't the greatest when I use the webcam here for the live streams that are then archived on the YouTube channel. Um, but hopefully you can hear this all right. We're here at home. It's a rest day today. For me personally, as I'm still getting over strep. I know some of you all have been training today, and the kids class is actually about to go on in a little bit at the academy with Tony teaching. So appreciative of his efforts there, and everyone else has been helping out. I'm feeling much better. I'm on the mend. I haven't been contagious for a bit with the strep throat that I'm still taking antibiotics for. And yesterday did some training in midday class, and I put that class up on the channel, at least into two portions. We had a grappling technique portion. We also had our partner drilling portion. Um, where we did some real basic but useful boxing combination drills. Patrick and Tariq were working with one another there. They also went on and after that worked those same combinations on the uppercut bags on the wall. And Again, we were a little bit cut off there in the video for those of you who watch it. And I think the sound might be a tiny bit better because it's me alone in a smaller room here. I'm here at home now. So hopefully this will be a little bit of a more clear breakdown of what the class was doing yesterday in case you want to do that type of workout at home. If you want to take these combinations, understand them, practice them, and then turn it into a workout. So we've got a 7-round workout that I'm going to describe for you that you can do at home. Let me know if you have questions either in the comments here. I'll be checking them over, or hit me up directly over email or over text as well individually. I'll answer them. But I know I had some requests from team members to go over the combinations that we were working on yesterday so that you all can more clearly and exactly work on them at home. I know not everyone is experienced with striking. A lot of you do mostly the grappling, the groundwork. But this is shadowboxing at home is a really good way to get a workout while working on technique. Um, when you pick up the pace as you would in rounds no, in rounds 5, 6, and 7 in this workout, you can actually get your heart going, get your lungs going a little bit, and as you get more experience and more comfortable with combination options, you can do those types of rounds for longer. The first 4 rounds aren't at a fast pace per se. You can focus on technique, but you can certainly pick up the pace with them as well. You can do this in a small area like I'm doing right here. So I want to talk about the movements that we're going to use for the workout in rounds 5, 6, and 7, and how you can structure the first 4 rounds as well to work on your technique and start getting a little bit more skill in the stand-up round. So the first round, actually for all rounds, let's talk about our home base first. You can't see my feet per se right now, but I'm in a staggered stance. I'm right-handed, so my right hand is in the rear. It's my rear hand. My left hand is my lead hand. Similarly, I have my left leg in the front and my right leg in the back. Okay, I'm going to try to have my hands up the entire time. I'd love for my fingers to always be touching around my temples and not slip much lower at any point. It's not you guys have all seen me do that. If you've seen my old MMA fights, my hands are always much lower than I thought they were. Sometimes I got cracked for it. It's not a good idea. So we want to, at least when we're going with no resistance in idealized situations, we want to have our hands up to get our muscle memory and the shoulder conditioning to do so. So we have our hands up. I'm a little bit staggered as well. You'll notice here if I'm turned to my right, a little bit staggered as well. I don't want to be straight up per se. I want to have a bit of a stagger. I don't want to give them all of my gut to be hidden. I want to give a little bit of an angle here as well. Okay, my fingertips are at least at my temples or at the bridge of my glasses that I'm wearing right now. Okay, and we're gonna have a little bit of movement. Our chin is tucked, our shoulders are up, which provides, as you can see, a modicum of coverage as opposed to if they were down. A little bit of coverage for the chin. So I'm here, and just relax. Our home base, we're keeping our hands high. It's a little bit of a twist. And the way I'm twisting is by pivoting my toes. My lead foot is pivoting here. My rear foot is pivoting here. As I do this, I'm getting my head slightly off center. If you can imagine a straight line being my opponent's fist coming at me, I'm slipping it past that line, past that line. We're not going to try to make them miss by a mile. We just want to get out of the way. If their aim is true and they're going straight at us, we're slipping, slipping, slipping with our hands up. That's just a good rule of thumb. It also will load up different things. If I'm slipping, this movement here could just be a movement of being relaxed. It could also be a slip, as we'll see in our later rounds. This could be a slip as well of straight punches from my opponent. This could be a slip, and in turn, by pivoting my lead leg here, I'm loading up my rear hand, come with my own punches. If I slip this way, it can load up my lead hand, come with punches as well. We can jab, and the jab has the same pivot as our slip. This and this are the same pivoting of my lead leg. All right, so I could be slipping defensively, or I could be throwing a jab out. In either and both cases, it loads up potential right hand, or it loads up the ability to slip to the other side. Okay, so what we have with this home base is a way of just off the back making our head a little less predictable in terms of where it's going to be. If we're just always here, we have a fixed target with our body and our head, we're easier to hit. If we're constantly moving and then we get more comfortable, we play with our rhythm and we level change as well, we could add some elements. For now, we're just slipping with our lead and our rear hands, with our lead and our rear feet, excuse me. So off the bat, we're a little harder to hit. Also, it allows us to really concertedly slip if we're reacting to punches coming our way. We still maintain our coverage with our hands, but we're moving our head out of the way with the assistance of our feet. Also, it allows us to unpredictably load up shots. I could just be benignly moving my head, or I could be punching the whole time, or alternately punching, as you'll see. All right, so this is a good home base. You want to be comfortable just here. Squish the grapes with the rear, squish the grape with your lead. I hate the thought of wasting food, but it's a little bit less violent of an image as opposed to the other maxim of thinking, of visualizing, turning out cigarettes. Although if you're smoking still, drop it, turn it out. That's fine by me, right? Not good for your lungs. So we're here, That's our home base. Round one, one should be working on a single jab. One jab at a time with some simple footwork. We're going to work on pivoting, going around the clock and then back the other way. So at our home base here, I jab and I pivot. Home base here, jab and I pivot. Home base, jab, pivot. Back here, home base, jab, pivot. Now we can go the other way. Jab, pivot back the other way. Jab, pivot. Jab, pivot. Jab, pivot. Here. You can do this as slow or as fast as you need. You can be quicker. Back in. You can take your time. Our punches are extending out completely. We're not here, we're not bent. We want to extend our arms completely out. We want to turn our fists over. Our shoulder and our fist turn over as our lead foot twist. The other hand stays up high, protecting the body as much as we can and our jaw and our temple as much as we can when we jab. Round one, I want it to be a single jab, pivot. When you go all the way around the clock, single jab, pivot the other way. I want 3-minute rounds if you can do it. First 3-minute round is our jab and pivot around the clock and back around the clock the other way. Round two, we're going to double jab and we're going to step laterally and forward and back. Okay, so by and large, the traditional way, the direction we're moving is going to be the leg on the same side as the direction we're moving is going to be the first one we move. So if I want to move to my right, you can't see my legs right now, but I want to move my right leg first and then my left. I don't want to move my left first and then my right, and have them crisscross and compromise my balance. Okay. I want my feet about shoulder length apart, and I don't want them directly behind one another. I want them staggered about 45 degrees. So my legs, if you stand straight up, put your legs about shoulder length apart, and then stagger them at about a 45-degree angle. We're roughly where we want to be. Okay. We're at our home base. We just did round 1 of 3 minutes of jabbing and pivoting. Now we're going to pivot with that jab, bring it back about a third or half of the way, and then send it back out for our second jab, pivoting both times. Okay. Now we're going to move to the right. I'm going to step with my right leg, then my left. Home base, double jab, back to home base, step back. I'm walking backwards, so my rear leg steps back first. My lead leg follows. Home base. Double jab. I'm going to move left, so my left leg moves first. My right leg follows. Back to home base. Double jab. I'm going to move forward, so my lead leg moves first. My rear leg follows. So double jabbing. Double jabbing. Double jabbing. And up here. Do that for 3 minutes for round 2. Go right, go back, go left, go forward, over and over and over and over. If you get bored, you can switch up the order in which you go, all right? Do that for your second round of 3 minutes. Now, we've established a jab that they should be respecting, snapping it, bringing it back to our face. We don't want to drop it here. It happens to all of us, happens to the best of us when we get tired, but the second we do that, we're more susceptible for counter punches. Extend it out fully, turn it over, bring it back. If you do that when you shadow box, develop good habits. So we've done that with a single jab that our opponents will respect. We've done that with a double jab that they're going to respect. Now we're going to use this lead hand to set up our rear. If you're left-handed, you're just switching your stance. All the same things we said are true. A lot of times I'm talking about my right. What I mean by that is my rear. If I'm talking about my left here, it's what I mean. What I mean is my lead hand, all right? So we're going to use our lead hand the same way we've been using it with jabs to set up our cross from our rear hand. The mechanics of the cross and the rear hand are similar in a sense to what we've been doing with the lead hand. We want to use our rear toe to squish that grape on the ground or put that cigarette butt out. And as that turns, we bring our punch directly from the shoulder. We don't want to flare it out here. Directly from the shoulder, extend out as much as we can, turn the fist over as well. Our toes are turned, our shoulders are turned, and our fist is turned over. The left hand or the lead hand is still covering at the face. And we bring it back. We're going to set that up with 2 jabs. Our first round was a single jab and pivot. Our second round was a double jab and step, and step, and step, and step. All right. Now we're going to do a double jab and a cross in succession. You can play with your rhythm. You can go 1, 1, 2. You can go 1, 1, 2. You can go 1, 1. Pause 2. Whatever you like. Keep it simple if you want. If you want to play with your rhythm, by all means, do that. It's a little more advanced. So we're going to go 1, 1, 2. The jab is known as the 1. Cross is known as the 2. We're going jab, jab, rear cross. I'm going to duck under as I bring my hands back to my head. And then we're going to pivot. Jab, jab, cross, duck under, pivot, back to home base. We're comfortable. Jab, jab, cross, duck under, pivot, back. We're comfortable again. Jab, jab, cross, under, pivot. Jab, jab, cross, under, and we'll pivot the other way. We'll go around the clock as well. Jab, jab, cross, under, pivot. This hypothetical situation is us following an opponent. Third round is that for 3 minutes. Round the clock with your pivots after the jab, jab, cross. Round the clock the other direction, right? That's rounds 1, 2, and 3. Round 4, we're going to work on slips and counter. We're going to imagine an opponent is throwing punches down the middle, maybe their own cross, maybe their own jab, maybe a combination of them, what have you. We're going to slip past it. So I'm in a right-handed stance, an orthodox stance right now. My left side is in front, my right side is in the back. In this hypothetical situation, someone's facing me. Let's say they're throwing a jab at me. I'm going to slip by pivoting my lead leg the same way I do when I throw that jab. I'm going to slip it while still maintaining a coverage and still looking straight ahead. I don't want to look away. We slip, and then I'm going to fire cross, a hook, and another cross. We're back here in home base. And for this one, we're going to stay in place. You can pivot, you can move if you'd like. For now, at least stay in place. And we slip, cross, hook, cross, back into place. Then we're going to slip. Instead of the cross, is going to be an uppercut, hook, cross. All right, let's review that. We're home base, comfortable, heads off center. The jab from my orthodox opponent, in this case, comes at my head. I slip, come cross, hook, cross, back in. Another jab comes. I slip, uppercut, hook, cross. Now, after those two, I'm going to slip to the other side. Let's imagine they're throwing a right hand. My orthodox opponent is facing me, their orthodox opponent, and they throw a right cross, a slip, but still looking at them, maintaining coverage. I'm going to throw a left hook to the head, a cross to the head, and end with another left hook to the head, back in home base. The second rep, I'm going to slip again. I'm going to start with an uppercut, cross, left hook. Okay, so we have four movements, two on one side, two with a slip on one side, two with a slip on the other side, and we're going to do that for 3 minutes. So we're here at home base, hands up, we're comfortable, looking straight ahead, visualizing an opponent in our imagination. They throw the lead hand, we slip, throw a cross, hook, cross, we're back in, we slip a jab again, come with an uppercut, hook, cross. Now we slip their cross, we start with a left hook, right cross, end of the left hook. We slip it again, uppercut, cross, lead left hook. That's the next round of 3 minutes. Our first round is a lead jab, pivot all the way around the clock, and then go around the other direction. Our second round is a double jab, step back, double jab, step left, double jab, step forward. Then you go that for 3 minutes. Our third round is a jab, jab, cross, duck under, pivot, jab, jab, cross, duck under, and pivot all the way around. And then the next round is what we're doing. We're just having our hands up. We're ready. Slip, 2, 3, 2. Slip, uppercut, 3, 2. To the other side. Slip, left hook, rear cross, lead hook. Slip again, lead uppercut, rear cross, lead hook. All right. Those are our first rounds. All right. First one is jab, pivot. Second one is double jab, step to the right, back, left, forward, and repeat. Third round is double jab, cross, duck under, pivot around the clock, go back the other direction. Fourth round is our slips and counters. And what I want you to do for the 3 rounds that follow, rounds 5, 6, and 7, is go through that entire list of combinations over and over and over for 3 minutes. If you go through them all, the time will actually pass pretty quickly. Set up a timer. There's timers online if you don't have one on your phone. If you can't find it on your phone, I'm sure you can though. If you don't have a stopwatch. So the succession will kind of look like this. I'm going all the way around. Actually, let's just do like one of each, right? So we'll jab, we'll pivot, double jab, move, then 1, 1, 2, duck under and pivot, Then we're gonna slip, go cross, hook, cross, come under, slip, uppercut, hook, uppercut, come back, slip the other way, left hook, cross, left hook, slip again, lead uppercut, rear cross, lead hook. You can do that with those types of movements, or you can stay in the same place if you really, really want. Here, 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 slip, 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 slip. I'll take that as well. You can try to play around with the footwork over these 3 rounds. You can stay in place and focus on the home base and the offensive weapons. I just went around the entire sequence of punches. And we can go again. Do that for 3 rounds. Rounds 1, single jab, pivot. Rounds 2, double jab, move right, back, left, forward. Round 3, double jab, cross, duck under, pivot, both directions. 4th round, slip twice each direction. First slip is going to be a rear cross, lead hook, rear cross. Second slip is going to be a rear uppercut, left hook, rear cross, slip to the other side. First step is going to be a lead hook, rear cross, lead hook. Second slip to that side is going to be a lead off with a lead uppercut, rear cross, left hook. You do that for the 3 rounds. You're going to have 7 rounds of 3 minutes, 21 minutes of actual work time. Play with your rest time. You can have, this isn't super high impact. So if you feel in fairly good shape, I would minimize the rest time, 30 seconds each between each round or less. If you want more rest time, give yourself a minute in between. If you want to just focus on your technique, or if you need to improve your conditioning. So I hope that helps. That's a little bit more in depth an explanation, and hopefully a little bit more clear of what we saw the students in yesterday's and Tuesday's noon class doing. Holler at me here with questions in the comments. Hit me up individually as well. We're gonna have soon the next video we have will probably be a quick but effective total body strength workout that should get your heart going a little bit as well. And especially if you have time and you pair it with a shadowboxing workout and then do the thing we're going to do tomorrow, it should be helpful. And that's basically going to be using nothing but our body and bands. We're going to work our arms, which is our biceps and triceps, our shoulders. We're going to work our chest, different parts of our upper back as well, and a lot of our legs and our glutes and our lower back. We're going to be doing different types of free squats and some band exercises for our arms, and some incline push-ups to really get a really nice pull and push workout for the total body that, if you push the pace, should get your heart going and should also allow you to do it relatively fast. So that should be our next video. It'll pair well with a shadowboxing workout. We're going to try to have at least one shadowboxing workout put up each week, so that way you can work it every day. We'll also have some jiu-jitsu specific drills on the mat that are great for your core, on the feet as well, that are great for strength through your legs and lower back, and also just to help keep your mind going. We have a lot of fun stuff coming up, including drills you can do with any trusted partners at home. If you're not training at the gym, we're still open at the gym now, but if you're not coming in, that's cool. You can train with anybody you may have at home. Also, some drills you can do completely alone, and drills you can do if you have a chair of a certain size, believe it or not, that are really useful to keep our jiu-jitsu memory, muscle memory alive. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Share this with one another, study it, try it out. I don't want to hear you're rusty unless you're trying every drill we put up on these videos, and then you still feel rusty. All right, proud of you guys. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm gonna press the end stream button here. Talk to you guys soon.